Hey everyone, this is Kevin, your failed journalist. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here and happen to really like the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification for updates on more videos. So anyway, I want to open this video first by saying I don't like Ren and Stimpy. Or I should maybe rephrase that. I respect Ren and Stimpy. I admire Ren and Stimpy. I appreciate what it did for animation. I liked how it brought old style animation back to, kids. I'm glad that it, brought attention back to creators. I'm glad that it pushed the edges a little bit to show that kids could handle stuff a little bit more edgier. There are things about Ren and Stimpy that are admirable. I especially like their policy. No two designs are exactly the same to keep the animation fresh looking. I really like that. But as a show, it grates on me pretty fast. And I'm not just talking about the Adult Swim, the Adult Party cartoon. That's really something else. But I think the regular Ren Stimpy, it's like, I remember watching as a kid a couple episodes and just not really enjoying it. I mean, I definitely appreciate, again, the technique behind it. And then as I get older, and especially after watching the Happy Joy documentary, which is excellent, by the way, I definitely appreciate what John Kricfalusi was able to do for animation. But the show itself has always been kind of meh, in my opinion. A little overly gross, a little stupid. I mean, it was certainly better than Doug, but, that's not a high bar. I enjoyed watching stuff on the Disney Afternoon way more than I watched Ren and Stimpy. So with that said, when I heard that there was going to be like a Ren and Stimpy reboot, I wasn't overly enthusiastic. I was kind of like, they already tried this with the Adult Party cartoon. It didn't work, and I'm getting kind of tired of reboots anyway. So maybe they just shouldn't. And rumor has it that is actually what's going on. Although this is unconfirmed, Comedy Central's Ren and Stimpy reboot might have been shelved. Now, this is coming to us from Robin Bird, who, if that name sounds familiar, that is one of the women that creator John Kricfalusi had very, very inappropriate relations with. And she, like another woman who Kricfalusi groomed and took advantage of, were very, very much against the reboot. Their claim was that even if Kricfalusi was not involved in the reboot of the show, his name would still be attached as the created by credit, and he used Ren and Stimpy to prey on young women, and that he would do so again. Now, I don't know if I personally agree with that, but here's what I will say. Seeing as how victims tend to be traumatized by their predators, and their predators are always a part of them, whether they want to be or not, I will totally grant them this fear. And Kricfalusi actually does strike me as someone who might use the success of a reboot to prey on more women, even if he's not part of it. In fact, one of the things about the Happy Joy documentary is at the end, it shows him at a convention, at a panel, and in the booth with him is a young girl doing some doodling, so he, But anyway, this is what Robin Bird tweeted. Confirmed from several sources, Ren and Stimpy reboot equals shelved. Thanks millions to those who signed my petition, wrote articles, and most importantly, made an enormous stink about it on Twitter. Now, that enormous stink on Twitter, I have huge issues with. In fact, I don't like that Twitter cancels so many things, because the Twitter hive, I think, is pretty darn dangerous for a lot of reasons. But you know what? Let's talk about the reboot itself. Now, let's assume it's shelved. I actually don't think this is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for a few reasons. First of all, it is true that the creator has this history and he might take advantage of it. We've already discussed that. But here's the other reason. Watching the Happy Joy documentary made me realize just how essential Kricfalusi was to Ren and Stimpy being Ren and Stimpy. He was the guy who controlled that show. I mean, yeah, there were other writers and stuff there, but Chris Falusi, was the chef. He was the chef. He's the one who helped tell the voice actors what to do. He okayed and vetoed storyboards. He hired the writers. He gave explicit instructions. Like, Ren and Stimpy is very much an auteur project for the creator. So, without Chris Falusi involved, the reboot Ren and Stimpy can only be Ren and Stimpy light. It cannot be what it was before. Add the allegations in there, and a lot of people are going to feel very uncomfortable about watching and supporting a show to which a confirmed CD is what I'll call. No, it's not CD. CM is what I'll call him. Will probably profit something from it. Now let's assume it's not canceled. Like, this is just a rumor and it's not canceled at all. Well, then for the same reasons, maybe it should be. I don't like the fact that Comedy Central is just rebooting all these old Viacom animated series. I don't need a reboot of Rugrats. We don't need another Doug. Invader Zim, it might be fun to have back. Invader Zim might be fun to have back. I don't want Hey Arnold to come back. We got the Jungle movie. They concluded the story. It's finished. If Craig Bartlett wants to give his Patakis idea another go, and maybe they want to explore that, that'd be fine. Although I hear that the Patakis was going to be a fairly mature show, and that's why MTV passed on it years ago. So who knows? But I mean, I don't think we need... I would rather new series be created. I'd rather they think of something new. I mean, we just don't need Ren and Stimpy back in this world. It's in the past. It was fun for a lot of people. It's kind of hard to go back to spoiled meat once you have seen the adult party cartoon, and once you know about John Kricfalusi and his, treatment of his animators. I just don't think we really need it. So, while I, again, have mixed feelings that Twitter probably did contribute to a huge part of this show getting canceled, and I don't like the Twitter hive canceling things, long term, this is probably best for everyone involved, and, people can work on projects that make them happy. I still have mixed feelings about Animaniacs coming back, to be honest, and I love Animaniacs. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I'd like to know, what do you think? I'd love to know. Comment below whether you think Ren and Stimpy should come back or not. Whether you think there's anything to these rumors. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.